Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Spike. It's Sunday, so we're here to talk about football, talk about fantasy, get your lineup set up. I'm Brian the Grizzly here with Mark and Martin. How you guys feeling?
I'm doing good. That's about the most you're going to hear from Brian all show.
Yep, because I'm literally this whole monitor right here. It's all Bears. That's all it is right now. And the fact that they're playing so well on offense, it's making me feel so good, warm inside. The truth is, the
Oh my God,
Jaguars
did
are
Keenan
terrible.
Allen just get a touchdown?
It's Jacksonville,
Let's
man.
go.
Keenan Allen just got a touchdown? You did
Let's
something, Keenan Allen?
go.
It's Jacksonville, dude.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. It's Jacksonville, and it makes me feel just warm inside. just seeing
Give
Caleb
me the
Wilson now
ball.
throwing for 4 touchdowns.
They're like second to the Panthers. I feel like anybody could beat them.
Oh, he just got a touchdown. He just got his foot in.
Keenan Allen, you did something.
Yeah,
For Swift, but what could you do?
he's literally Swift gets you all the way down to like the 5 yard line,
I'm aware.
and they threw 4 touchdowns. Like Swift has been running, catching balls, doing everything
Yeah, but
between
why
the
can't you
20s.
give them like a touchdown, man?
I know,
just
right?
I'm just watching this. I'm like, can we just give one to
Hand the ball to the guy who got you there.
like come on, man.
I know. Who
I'm
put the
over
team
here
on the shoulders to
facing-
get him into the red zone and into the goal line? That would be Swift.
I'm over here facing Cole Kmet, and I'm not
Look at
like
this throw. Man.
Cole Kmet should get extra points for being the long snapper too, because the Bears' long snapper got hurt early, and he's now out for the game. So he is the long snapper. So punts, all that stuff. If this game got close and we had punts, woo, I know what happened.
been interesting out here.
I cannot believe it. So how is it out there in Dallas, man?
It's interesting. When I first got here, plane ride was smooth. The car rental was smooth. Everything went downhill. Everything went downhill from there because we had to make reservations to a hotel, and apparently 14 days ago from the reservation date, it had changed name. Like the company got bought out by another company. So they were no longer accepting reservations by the old company's name.
That's crazy.
Which changed the entire outlook of where we were gonna stay. So here's Dallas, here's our hotel. And then we wanted to go see this place called Cosm. There's only two of them. There's one in Dallas and there's one in LA. The closest thing I could say what's close to the Cosm, if you're in Las Vegas, there's a Sphere.
Okay.
And if you watch any of the last couple of weeks, the UFC fights, it's basically this big giant screen, probably one of the world's largest screens ever, and you can watch games and stuff like that. So I wanted to visit there to see a show, which we did eventually, but the Cosm was just above Dallas, so everything was within a triangular area. However, because they didn't want to honor that, and we're like, well, crap, dude. And it was too expensive to reserve that day. So I had to go back and figure out where to go from there. And we were just running around all afternoon. I had to miss Wednesday show because we were trying to figure out a decent price that wasn't too expensive. And I remember calling him like, yeah, we're still finding a place. By the time we found a place, it was like 20 minutes before the show. I had to check in. And then the internet was so bad there. The hotel was under renovations. There was no gym like it said it was because everything was just out of the area because they were painting. The hotel was being painted. The TV wasn't really working. It was just all bad that first night. So we just slept. And then it just kind of went down from. The only good thing was this little bar we went to afterwards to see the Thursday night game. Yesterday's tour was pretty cool. We got to go see the field. Like if you guys
that was cool.
I have 3 smaller videos. Check that out. I went to see through some of Dallas, the AT&T Stadium, up until like I got to go through the suite area where most of us probably don't get to go through. Up until I didn't realize we were in a lab. Well, I figured that. I was gonna record until I got caught, anyways. Which I got far enough, and then we went to go down to the field, which I ended up seeing, touching the grass, the turf, and everything. They sanitized and everything. It was pretty cool, man. Like it's a really nice field. It's a really cool field. I'm
It looked
excited.
amazing, honestly. I was like, wow, the fact you're able to walk on the field.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
nuts.
So once I was done, we took a little bit of photos on the star by the goalposts, and yeah, no, it's the cameras aren't on the zip lines running around the field. I always wanted to see how big those were up close. They're not that big. They look big, but they're not that big.
That's smart though. I mean, you don't want to have big object going around trying to block Dak Prescott from throwing touchdowns during the playoffs.
Yeah, but it's like there's nowhere near the players or anything. But I just thought it was kind of interesting. It was kind of hanging down low, and I'm like, I gotta check this out. If you guys actually watched that video, like I came up to it and walked up to it, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, it's an experience. Yeah, and the whole reason I wanted to come out here is to come see Michael Parsons play. He's not playing. He's not playing. I'm like, well, screw it. So he's not even playing. So I'm like, you know what? I brought my Lions jersey, and I'm like, all right, well, let's
go Aiden. That's all you gotta do.
You know, yeah, exactly. So we'll see how it goes. I do think that the Cowboys are going to struggle today, to be honest.
I think that Detroit destroys them.
Yeah,
if they play anything like they played as the Steelers, man, why are we so good? Or maybe Jacksonville's just that bad. But if they play anything like they play against the Steelers, it's not even going to be close. Justin Fields was not playing well at all last week, and they stayed in the game, had a chance to still win the game, and should have won the game still. So, like, if that's what we get next week, that I mean, this week with Detroit's going to score 40 points.
That's what you golf.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll see. See how their defense can hold up against Dak and CD. That's probably their only chance right now, and their only hope, to be honest.
You just continue to throw it to them. That's all. That's all you can do.
Yeah, because they don't have DBs to actually fight against them, so I think they'll be okay. It should be a close game. It might be a lot closer than what we expect, but we'll see what happens. I'm excited for that game.
This is awesome. I mean,
yeah, no. Overall, man, I'm watching this game and I'm kind of upset. Just because how well Cole Kmet's doing. And
it's like he stays
no longer there. So
what is he doing? What?
Well, and then here's the thing.
Cole Kmet
the last
ball again? Oh my! You're gonna be so pissed if you see.
Cole Kmet. Yep.
I've been saying Cole Kmet is going to break out and be good, and he should be the next big tight end for like years.
Right with Swift. That's not Swift. That's DJ Moore.
And then all of a sudden,
he was down at the
1 year I give up on Cole Kmet. The 1 year I give up on Cole Kmet.
That's when he decides he's going to have all these touchdowns and just be amazing.
He one almost every other week.
You done now, DJ? Are you good now? You got a touchdown?
Yes.
still
DJ needs to just sit his butt down.
Right.
DJ, he's going to continue to play.
Oh, he's down. He's good.
He's down to one.
What just happened?
Did DJ get one? I'm not even watching it right now.
I literally just lost everything. All my screens are black.
He's close though. Yeah, his elbows down right before. His elbows down right before it goes in.
I'm not even watching it. I'm so
Swift might get the ball though.
Yeah, but no, like I said, man, I've been preaching Cole Kmet for years. Hopefully he was gonna do good, when he's gonna do good. The 1 year I actually give up on him and I'm not gonna actually give it care and pay attention, all of a sudden he does good. So
I think going forward,
good for him though. I guess
a definite player now. Like he's gonna be someone you need to
go
ahead
because it
and
seems
trade
like
for.
He is a big involvement in the offense. And like I said, I've said this, and you and I have said this many times before. A rookie's best friend is the tight end.
Man.
It's their first read, even though it's not supposed to be their first read, he's just their closest target.
He's the closest to the ball. So, like, when you're looking for someone, he's right there in your face. Why wouldn't you just throw the ball at him?
Rookies they tend to like their tight ends the very first year. Why? Because it's the biggest dude they have. that's closest target that they don't have to like launch it. So I do believe Holcomb's been doing pretty well.
Unless you're Trevor Lawrence and you want to throw the ball to Evan Ingram all the time, so it doesn't matter what's going on.
Yeah. If you have, if you're in a tight end premium league, good for you. If you have Evans, last year he led the league in receptions more than anybody actually. So
it looks like he's going to be a big part of this offense. I mean, him hurting his hamstring was I think it was the game. It was the first game in preseason. The first game that changed everything for him.
Yep.
So this offense is going to start rolling. I think it's going to get a lot better. If they put Bixby in, hey, Swift got in a touchdown. If you put Bixby in, let him be the guy. Trevor Etienne needs to be traded. I would trade Etienne. Give me a second or a third, or probably a third for Etienne right now. Go to Dallas, and
probably right now.
And then you try to build with Bixby, and you go Lawrence, and you try to get those receivers who are underperforming receivers. Kind of try to get them spotlight, give them open through running the ball and then play actioning. If you could do that, it could help out a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
You did you start DeAndre Swift?
It's just interesting how. Of course, I always start him.
Yeah.
I always start him. Why is that even a question?
It should.
I'm a believer in Swift. I've always been.
I was not.
I've never doubted Swift.
He's literally the one person that can keep eating.
I know you weren't.
Game.
I know you weren't. You and I have been arguing about him for the longest time.
Because he always got hurt.
I've always believed in Swift. I've always believed in Dobbins. Yeah, but when they're healthy, they're good. Like there's talent behind the ball, and he shows it. He always proves people wrong, and yet even when he does good, people still doubt him. It's crazy
because he's been in the league 6 years, Martin, and only had 2 1,000-yard rushing seasons. And he has all the talent in the world. He is way more talent.
He's better than an RB2. I just don't understand why he's not an RB2 spot. People just need RB1s. Be realistic, and you're gonna have to rely on RB2s and RB1s. And you're not always gonna have an RB1. And start focusing on the RB2s. RB2s can get you enough if you have enough slots. If you put them in the flex. I don't know. It's just.
No, that makes sense. I mean, we talk about Swift. David Montgomery just signed an extension with the Lions. 2-year, I think $19.5 million. It's another guy who's really an RB2. And he's going to get you points. You should play him every week. And you should rely on that guy. You probably got him in the 7th round of the draft, 6th, 7th round of the draft. You get David Montgomery. He's going to perform every week. He's going to be there every week. So, yeah. So ATBS says, I bench Caleb Williams. Man, I'm sorry. This was not the week to be.
Probably had a better quarterback, more reliable. Who'd you start over him? I wouldn't feel bad if it was a certain people. If there's certain QBs, I bet probably would start over him.
Kirk.
What did you know that Caleb Williams was going to run for 60 yards too? Who knew that he was going to do that and then throw? Come on, man. You can't be mad at yourself if that's the case. Honestly, just say, and you don't know how a rookie's going to turn out.
Right, mad at yourself, to be honest. You probably could, because it's Carolina. Because it's Carolina, I probably would be mad at myself. I would be mad at myself.
But Kirk is probably going to score 3 touchdowns. He probably won't have the rushing upside.
Kirk, I wouldn't worry. He's probably going to put the same amount of numbers. I wouldn't worry. He's probably going to put the same amount of numbers.
Caleb Williams has 35.5 points right now.
I know, but it's Carolina. If Kirk doesn't get 30 points, I'll be shocked. I will be shocked if he doesn't at least have 30 points. I think Kirk is going to do just fine.
Now, Brian Thomas Jr. is selling. You're selling him. I think he is. Hold on. I think this Jaguars offense is going to turn around. They have elements that work.
Yeah, but when? The big question is when.
I think Evan Ingram is a big addition. This is just a bad. So Chicago's defense is really, really good. And you really only can run on them. And if you're not going to run on them, you're not going to just pass the ball up and down the field. You're just not. So this is a bad week, but they're going to start getting to other teams that you can pass on. You're going to play Indianapolis. You're going to play some teams that are going to be able to. Trevor Lawrence is going to have, another sack. He's going to have 300, 400 yards of passing. It's just not right now. This is just a bad matchup. The Bears defense.
I wouldn't be. BTJ has always been good. Of course, you got to look at your matchups. So BTJ against these, even freaking with Stevenson out, they still got depth. They still got some pretty good DBs to cover. So I see why it was a struggle.
This is a good question right here. I'm starting Deontay Johnson over Devontae Smith. Is that the right choice?
I don't think so.
I feel like Devontae Smith is the guy, like we just talked about J.K. Dobbins. If he's healthy, you got to start him because he's going to find a way to get the points. He just does all the time. And that's I see it that way. I have Deontay Johnson, but he's the one receiver I have on my bench.
Yeah, I don't
worry about him.
I don't believe that Carolina will be able to. See, Atlanta has a decent defense, and they're good. But then you got Devontae Smith against the Browns, who's also a really good defense. At that point, I just kind of look at the quarterback, and I'm totally out on some people. Like I'm not saying, and that's it's a tough one because I've said that Andy Dalton can do it when. Remember that one week you're like, I don't think he's going to do anything. I'm like, I think he will. I think he will. That one week. I don't think he will this week. I don't know.
Deontay, this is exactly what we say. Since Anthony's injury, Deontay's been wide receiver 1. Devontae is a wide receiver 2. The problem is the difference is the quarterback.
Yes.
Everything you're saying is correct. But do you think Jalen Hurts is going to be able to get him the ball?
I don't know. Hurts has been doing pretty bad. Even when they were there.
Sirianni's bad.
It might be. And I've always, I don't think it's a wrong move, and I don't think it's a right. Now I'm looking at I don't know. I'd be okay with either or, but I really think that, and just me in particular, I would probably put Devontae in. Devontae Smith, because A.J. Brown is also bad.
Yep. And
people are like, oh, yeah, the target share, mouth speed, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but I think they're going to cover A.J. Brown more.
They're going to double him, and Devontae ends up getting the ball a lot more often.
Smith. But
here's the other thing.
I don't know.
The Falcons are up high a lot, then they're going to throw the ball. Carolina has to throw the ball. And so that's the opportunity for Deontay.
Good morning. Good morning.
Falcons up 30 points against the Buccaneers. Panthers are going to come through. I know it's just because I'm a Panthers fan.
I see.
I got you.
Trust me, you got to put that aside. You sometimes got to put that aside. I get it.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good morning.
That's my aunt right there.
That's awesome.
How are you doing? I'm glad you're doing good.
I worry. I think the Panthers have done the wrong thing.
Yeah, but that's the Bucks. Yeah. That's the Bucks, and you got freaking
Baker Mayfield
with one of the best receivers, probably if not one of the best 2 receivers, because Godwin has been kind of slowly outdoing Evans in the since last season. So you don't have a really good QB and 2 really good receivers there in Carolina. Like, okay, Deontay's good, but he doesn't reach the level of Mike Evans or Godwin, in my opinion.
No,
he might match the level of Godwin, but I don't think
Godwin gets the ball is only
that
target
far ahead of Godwin.
And then you got Baker Mayfield.
That.
And Baker Mayfield is just a better quarterback when you look at him, comparing him to Andy Dalton. He's just a better quarterback.
I guess, is this PPR? That's going to change. If it's PPR, I'll be okay with Deontay Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Full PPR. If it's half,
it has to be full PPR. I agree with that too. I think that's where we're staying. If it's full PPR, go Deontay. If it's half PPR, go Devontae.
Yeah, 100%. But I don't. It wouldn't surprise me if Smith goes off. Just saying. At the end of the day, let us know what you choose and come back on Tuesday or whatever.
And we'll talk about it.
I might go live again tomorrow.
So okay, Mar, I see your point. Gabe Davis.
I told you, Anthony. How are you still on this dude? I told you to get rid of him a long time ago. Why are you still? Why?
I mean, I don't think he's good
he might be the wide receiver 1 in Jaguars. Ain't nobody else. Look, BTJ. I told you BTJ was going to be the guy. BTJ was going to come in there as a rookie and be the number 1. Because why? Who else is there? Ridley gone, and I probably would have given it to Ridley, but he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Gabe Davis is forever and will always be a top-end wide receiver 3, low-end wide receiver 2.
Yep.
Always. And I've given up on him. Like you were on the Bills, my guy. On the freaking Bills with one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and you still performed as a wide receiver, low-end 2.
I'm starting to feel sorry for Trevor Lawrence. They're dropping passes that are perfectly thrown. Hit him in the face. And they're just dropping passes.
And then he just signed that big old contract. He's stuck there forever.
And that was BTJ. BTJ was, and these are backups.
Well, but the problem is he doesn't have a line. He can't give it to BTJ if he doesn't have a line. If he doesn't have a line, how is he going to?
He just threw the ball to him.
Running for his life.
Hit him in the face. That's why he has to go to Evan Ingram because they don't have time.
Yeah, I'm not watching. I don't got my. I usually would have. If I'm at home or something, I would have my other monitor, but.
Yeah, I'm also starting Joe Mixon instead of Rico Dowdle. Is that a smart choice?
Yeah, I would. I hate the way that you ask if it's a smart choice because we all make stupid choices in fantasy football.
I think it's the only choice.
But I would do the same.
Yeah,
I would do the same.
Rico, you can't.
Not sure.
Dallas' running game is so bad. No, Dallas' running game is so bad right now. Joe Mixon, when he's healthy, does well. And that's always been the problem with Joe Mixon. If he's healthy, he does fine. I just feel like you can't depend on Dallas's run game. And the Texans are going to be balanced. So
yeah. And then you got Detroit today.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Detroit.
Great defensive
line. They got
line.
A good front seven.
Yeah.
A really good front seven. They got 2 really good linebackers, a decent line, and then you have a really good edge in Hutchinson. I don't think running against these guys is going to be good. They could probably pass on them. That's probably good, but I wouldn't put Rico Dowdle against them.
Yeah, me either. That's exactly what I said. ETN might just lost the starting job. ETN keeps on fumbling, and then he said he pull his hamstring. What was it? Yeah. So he's out for the rest of the game.
He might be the next Ramondre Stevenson.
He's gonna go to another team. I think he'll be decent, but he's never gonna be the guy that we thought.
He might be Ramondre Stevenson.
Man.
Oh, freaking Ramondre, man.
This looks so bad. I mean, it's funny because I'm looking at the guys who are playing for the Bears right now. 4 of these guys are all backups. Christian Kirk let the ball hit him in the face. Again, another receiver hit the ball. Hit him in the face. Trevor Lawrence is like, what do I got to do? You got to stick it in there, Trevor. Yeah, right here in that little slot, you got to stick the ball in there. It's the only way they'll catch it. I don't know what's happening.
I never liked Christian Kirk, and I always thought he was bad. I've never liked him. I never liked him.
I mean, they're playing against backups right now.
That's where you're supposed to throw it. So That's a beautiful question. Why is he throwing it at their faces? So I'm not clicking on it. To be honest, that's exactly where they're supposed to be throwing. That's exactly where they're supposed to. Why? Because the receiver's supposed to exactly. See how Brian's there? That's where their hands are supposed to be. And this the diamond right here, just right there. That's exactly where it's supposed to be. And that's exactly how they're supposed to be thrown. If you look at any slow-mo good wide receivers, it's either the chest or whatever, but it's usually right here.
Yep.
Usually right here. And they catch it and then they roll it in. That's usually how it is. So it's not Trevor Lawrence's fault at all. It's 100% the receiver's fault. They're not supposed to be using their chest to catch. It's supposed to be all hands.
I started Ray McLeod over Gabe Davis today. I feel sad because Gabe Davis, I know he's not as good, but Gabe Davis got 2 touchdowns.
No.
At the end of the day, he still ended with 2 touchdowns.
He already got 2?
Yep.
Today?
Yep.
I wish I was watching this game.
It's not like he's doing them. He's dropped more. He's dropped more touchdowns than he's caught. Don't get me wrong. He's dropped way more. But when you look at Gabe Davis, you're like, man, I guess I could have done that.
He won't do it again. He's not that good of a football player. Like, he gets lucky. He has games like this. You know what's funny? Every single time Gabe Davis does this, though. He does this. He even did this on the Bills. He'll have one really good game, and then reel everybody back in. He'll reel them all in like a fish line, man. He'll reel everybody back in to say, I'm still good.
Gabe Davis,
I'm still fantasy relevant, blah, blah, blah. And for the next 3 weeks, 4 weeks, I'll even go 5 weeks, he does total of 100 and something, like maybe 150 yards the next 5 games and a touchdown. Through those 5 games. He does this.
He does this. He has 2 touchdowns right now. He doesn't catch touchdowns. That's the problem with Gabe Davis.
How many yards does he have?
Like 12 or something like that. Nothing.
So they were all goal line free. Yeah, okay.
Using his body, boxing him out. Anything else that's further, it's been hard for him to catch anything. So he has.
I'm not. He's one of the worst receivers I've ever seen, man. And I can't believe I was on the Gabe Davis bandwagon for a couple of years too.
He got 21 points now.
Prime.
So I'm a bit disappointing. Tank wasn't used like that at all today because they were trying to run the ball. Honestly, they were trying to run the ball, and the Bears just said, "You're not going to run the ball on us." That's what they said. They said we're not
against it, though. You can't run against it. Bears defense is actually well rounded.
We are a top 5, top 8 defense. That's just what it is.
Pretty good that way.
But again, I thought he would get more than 2 points, though. I did think he was going to get more than 2. But instead, just because the offensive line was doing so poorly, they didn't want to run the ball with Tank when it gets down the goal line. They threw it to Gabe Davis instead. So I had to go incognito. Your Bears are doing amazing. But how about Jordan Mason? What do you feel about Jordan Mason today? Oh, wow. They did an onside kick too?
Today?
Yeah.
Okay, overall about Jordan Mason, I'm not saying it's a surprise, but at the same time, I kind of expected, I wanted to see how long CMC would actually stay healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But when CMC's not healthy, it's always the next backup. It's always the next guy up who just excels. Mm-hmm. What happened with Mitchell? It's been a while since CMC's been injured like this. And the last time this happened, who was the number 1 guy? And everybody wanted a piece of him. Everyone was trading for him. Everyone wanted him. Mitchell. And then CMC had a good run of healthy years, so Mitchell was irrelevant. Now that he's hurt again, who's the backup? Not Mitchell. Mason. So if you had Mason or ever picked him up,
he has that sprained AC joint in the shoulder, right? So he has that sprained AC joint.
Back to week 10.
And CMC is ramping up. I don't think he plays this week against Kansas City, but I do believe he probably plays next week, the following week against Dallas. I think CMC tries it, then has a bye week to kind of heal because they're so far down. They're so far down. They're not
I don't think so.
leading the division right now. I mean, I don't know.
I think they'll slowly bring him back. They'll bring him in for a couple of runs, but since the fact that they have other run games there, they'll utilize that until he's 100% fully guaranteed back, because they just redid his contract. They just had, was it last year they redid his contract?
Yep.
They paid him all that money.
All that money.
They don't want to risk hurting him longevity.
What happens if Jordan Mason can't go against Kansas City?
That's out.
What happens if he can't go against Kansas City?
Then you have Gerardo. Gerardo will play.
And he actually did really well after
Isaac Gerardo is they drafted him this year, and he's not bad.
Jordan Mason went
is on number 1 waiver wire this.
Yep, because he was out. He went out.
Gerardo is probably going to be the number 1 waiver.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I think Gerardo,
despite is the matchup, Gerardo's probably the one.
But if that's the case, that's why I'm saying you probably need to look at Jordan Mason's probably done. He's probably done. Like this huge thing that he's been doing, I think it's probably over. I think Gerardo will be the number 1 guy going in this week, and they'll start putting in CMC slowly. And by the time they come out by, CMC is the guy again.
Yeah, probably.
So,
you're probably right. By the time he recovers everything,
Should I go Najee or Darnell Mooney today? At flex, Najee or Darnell Mooney?
The fact that this is a flex spot, you're okay at running back. I'm too assuming. I really like putting players against Carolina. Really like putting players against Carolina. Cannot stop.
Mooney,
but I also see why you want to put Najee, because
well, so here's the thing. So Justin Fields is still Justin Fields starting today means changes a few things. Vegas can't start the run either way. But I think Najee is a 10-point play today because Warren is coming back. Justin Fields is still going to be starting, so Najee might get you 10 points. Darnell Mooney has the opportunity to get you 15, 16 points. That's what I'm seeing. I think a touchdown, possibly, and maybe like 70 yards, because he's the quick guy opposite of London. Opposite of all the big guys, he's the small, quick guy. And I think in the PPR, Mooney would be a great play, especially to Carolina, because Carolina can't stop nothing. They couldn't stop water if they had a faucet. Like, it's just, there's nothing you can do with them. So I just wouldn't.
Yeah, I'd be okay with putting the Mooney.
Just because it's Carolina. That's the thing.
Got barking. I see.
Yeah, okay. You're winning.
I would be okay with putting Mooney. I think those two are gonna pop off this weekend. So wait, hold on. Well, in Seattle, Kenan already did pretty good,
right? He already did. Yeah, Kenneth Walker had Seattle.
Yeah. So never mind. No, I'd be okay with that, because if you put Mooney, like I said, Carolina can't do anything. I'm putting Algier in as a flex. That's how bad they are. Like, Algier is going into one of my flex, and he's a backup to Robinson. But they've been using kind of both of the running backs. That even despite, because I even asked before the show, I was like, you know what? I'm thinking Antonio Gibson for Algier. And yes, I understand that Antonio Gibson is going to be the guy today, but it is against Houston, who has a better defense. Gibson might fall into the end zone, but then I think Algier might also fall into the end zone. Why? Because they probably go, you know what, Robinson, we're smashing them so hard, sit down, and then Algier will get nothing but a bunch of trash carries in the fourth quarter. And
Algier is also getting carries regardless throughout the game. So they're going about 2
regardless, right,
with Bijan, and then they're going Algier. Like, they go, You get 2 series, then Aljaye gets 1. You know, it's like a 30-70 split, really. So you're getting those, and then at the end of the game,
pretty much. And I'm okay with that.
They're gonna take Bijan out because they're gonna sort of run the ball with Aljaye and go straight ahead forward and hit him as hard as they can. So you know, I think that's the better play for Aljaye for you. You got Martin going through. You might have to log back in later, but we got, is McLaurin a solid play today? You guys think? Which is a very interesting question because Terry McLaurin going against that Ravens defense is difficult. It really is. But what we've seen from Jaden Daniels is that he's going to pass the ball. He's found his guy. McLaurin is his guy. He's going to spread the ball around a lot. I think McLaurin still is going to get opportunities there. I think I was talking to Mark on Wednesday that I think Jaden Daniels does, 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. They're going to still throw the ball. I think they throw the ball 30 times, something like that, and they run the ball another 30 times. So they go to 50-50 split. And it's at run 30. He throws 3 interceptions. He probably gets 2 touchdowns. I think one of them goes to McLaurin. So I would still go ahead and bring McLaurin as a good play. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
For some reason, I have a hard time hearing you. There we go. That's better. All right.
So the question is McLaurin a solid play today? Do you guys think? Do you think Terry McLaurin in the Washington Commanders against this vaulted, Ravens defense is a good play?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
That's interesting. Cause I actually thought that he would, because I think Jaden Daniels is still going to throw the ball. I think he's going to get 2 touchdowns and 3 interceptions. I think he's going to come back to earth today, but he's going to have 2 touchdowns. And I think McLaurin's probably going to get 1 of them.
He may or may not get 1.
The question is who you're going against. Who's your option? If McLaurin, if you're telling me that Devontae Smith is your other person, I'll probably put Devontae Smith in. But McLaurin is still.
See, you compare that to Devontae Smith, and he just got back this week. So that means you're more comfortable with Devontae Smith than someone who's been playing week in, week out with this Washington offense. For me, against Baltimore, no way. No way.
No, you think Baltimore's defense actually has not been, their DVOA has not been that good, actually. Their DVOA against the pass has not been great. Which is mostly because they've been in these high scoring games. So they're going to allow you to score some points. This is not the same Baltimore defense where they do well now because they have a running game. They have all these guys in the backfield that can actually slow the game down. But I don't think they are dominant at stopping the run. They're great at pass rushing. And I think that you could still be able to score on them, especially if you run the ball like that Washington does, and then McLaurin over the top because he's still that number 1 read. I think McLaurin's still like a 14 point play, especially for the PPR.
I'm not feeling it from Baltimore. Not from that. That defense seems they just know what they're doing, and it's not Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. There's a difference. There's a big difference between those two. And I don't feel that. But I mean,
I think Jay Daniels is the closest thing to Joe Burrow since we've gotten in the draft.
Yeah.
So one more thing. My bad for all the questions, but ask all the questions, please.
Ask. It's fine. Don't worry about it. You're good. If nobody else has asking questions, then you should hire them.
I'd rather have yours. Yeah. I got Burrow, K9, Saquon, McLaurin, Jamar, Kraft, Bixby, Mooney, and the Eagles defense against Murray, Bijan, Javonte, Jameson Williams, Godwin, Kincaid, Smith, and Mason, and the Browns defense. You think I got a chance?
Yeah.
Mason, yes. He didn't get a lot of points. He got like 9 points for Mason.
Bijan's your biggest worry there.
I think Kincaid might be.
I don't think Kincaid does anything.
I don't think Jameson does anything. So that's why I think like
Kincaid
but they're one or the other. It's one or the other. You know,
Kincaid against the Jets? No, absolutely not.
Really,
Absolutely not.
losing.
Josh is going to struggle today.
Really,
I think Josh is going to struggle today, especially Kincaid.
So you think that this firing of Salah is actually going to do really well for them, for the Jets?
Yeah, dude, look at this. Look, and I've said this before. I've said this many times before. The game after the head coach is fired, that team does really well.
If the team believes that the head coach needs to be fired.
Because the following game, there is no pressure. There is no real micromanager. The players talks amongst their leaders within the pack. I'm telling you that defense is going to dominate. I don't think Josh Allen does good today. If anything, he might put up another 16 points today, and I don't think Kincaid even gets a freaking touchdown because he hasn't really done anything all season anyways.
He has not done anything, but I want to go. This is I'm putting my foot down. Spike bet right here.
Fine, I'll double spike bet this on you right now that Kincaid is not. What was spike bet?
Well, I think Kincaid does. I don't know if he scores a touchdown, but I think he plays well. I think he gets at least 8 points, and I think Josh Allen does well. I think Josh Allen gets you. I'm gonna go over 18 for Josh Allen. Over 18 and over 8 for Kincaid. We could do double for that.
I'm down with that. I don't think the Jets defense can allow it.
Okay.
They're one of the best in the league.
And they are, but I think losing Salah is going to hurt them a little bit more than they think.
That's the only thing that's holding them up right now. Is that defense. And right now they don't have any micromanager back there. I think they're going to be just fine. This happens all the time. When a team doesn't have the head coach and they're looking for one, they kind of just run wild.
Okay.
I'll double spike this one. I'll double spike this one.
I think it's a good one. I think we can write this in after we finish up. I'll put this in the chat.
If I don't get to Florida this following week, then yeah, I'm down for it.
I think this is a good one. Okay. So you have Burrow. I think Burrow's gonna have a good game. K9 got you about 19 points already. Saquon, I think is gonna have a good game. I like McLaurin. Barton doesn't really like it that much. Jamar, I think it's gonna have another game. Having that Burrow to Jamar passing game is gonna be great. Kraft is now the number 1 tight end. So and Jordan loves to throw to his tight end. So I think that's a good one. Bigsby, we already saw what happened with him. Mooney, I think is gonna have a good game, and the Eagles defense against Browns is good. And then they said Murray, I think he's gonna have a good game. Bijan, I think he's gonna have a good game. Javonte, I'm not sure about. I don't think Jameson and Kincaid will do well. Godwin will do well. Smith, and I don't like Mason. I don't. So. What don't you agree with?
You just said that Kincaid's going to do well, and then
I don't think Jameson and Kincaid. So I'm thinking Jameson's not going to have a good game. Is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Whatever, bro. Whatever.
I can't wait.
I don't. We'll see. Honestly, I think the Jets are probably going to have a really good, solid defense. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I'm just saying I think they have a really good, solid defense that they're probably going to stop Josh Allen and Kincaid.
I think they'll have a better offense than
if not, watch Knox just take all the reps. So here's the thing, and this is how this double spike bet's going to work. If Kincaid gets over 8, and if Josh Allen gets over 18, if one of them fail,
yeah, that's true.
You lose. Right?
I lose. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just saying, Josh Allen could probably maybe get the 18, but I don't think Kincaid's going to get the 8. But we'll see. We'll see.
That'll be a good question to see. We got Monique in the building. Happy Sunday, boys.
Good morning, Monique. How are you? How did your week go? Please tell me you made all the right decisions. I like
questions first.
I really do.
How do we feel about Mixon over Eckler and Gibson?
Okay. Who's Washington got again? So I'm gonna
Ravens. Ravens. Yeah.
Ravens. Okay. Yeah. I like Mixon.
Mm-hmm.
I also like Gibson. However, because Houston's defense is actually pretty good, I'm okay with benching Gibson because they are pretty damn close to top 10 defenses in the league. I understand that Gibson is going to be the only running back really relevant there. He might get yourself a touchdown and then probably get about 80 yards. If that's okay for you as the flex, then go for it. But I think Mixon is going to be it's weird because for me, I'll put Mixon in. Eckler, I don't. This Ravens defense is too good. But Brian might see otherwise because we've been debating a lot on a lot of these teams, which is good because it's both perspectives. So
Mixon, I feel like it's the play no matter what. Mixon's the guy you have to start. That Texans team is running on doing a lot of good things. I think actually Collins, not having Nico Collins is going to open up for Tank Dell, which if you throw the ball to Tank Dell, throwing the ball to Diggs, it opens it up for Mixon. And they're going to run the ball about 50% of the time. So I think Mixon is a good play. Eckler is still splitting time with Robinson. I think B-Rob is probably the better play today. So Eckler is not even in my thought process. Gibson's the only interesting.
B-Rob is out.
Oh, is he out? Is Eckler only one in?
Eckler was the only running back today, or was he just coming back today? You might want to check that right now.
I'm gonna check that right now. Yeah, because that will change a lot.
But that's what I thought. What I heard could be wrong again. I don't have another monitor to look real quick, but it's from what I thought.
If he's out, then that'll be.
What's up, Biggerford? Yeah, Eckler starting.
So I know Eckler,
but again, it's still the Baltimore. It's still Baltimore. Like regardless of the, and I see these other comments. We'll get to it, but we're on one here, so we'll get to prime.
Eckler starting today. I'm still going Robinson, Eckler, then Gibson, and I think Eckler and Gibson will be probably equal.
But you're putting Mixon over both of them.
Yeah, I'm putting Mixon over both of them.
Okay. So yeah, I'm agreeing there. I'll put Mixon, and then Gibson, and then Eckler last.
Which I understand because Eckler's going against the harder defense.
Yeah,
that's just the facts.
Yeah. Okay. What's up, Biggerford?
So Anzo, how you feeling, man?
But yeah, no, I'm yeah, that's how I feel.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Should I drop Baker for Fields as a backup? No.
Whoa.
Baker is top 5, maybe top 3 quarterback right now. It was one bad week, I guess. I get it, whatever. Whatever you want to call it, I don't think it was that bad. Fields, it scares me because they say that he's going to start. I get it. But we've seen many times where they say he's the starter, and then halfway through the game, the backup comes in. If Russ comes in at halftime, it's going to worry me a lot.
Yep.
I would not take that risk. Baker's going to be there for sure. Baker's the only guy, and Baker's going to be, for the rest of the season, the number 1 QB, and he's going to have better games.
And he has better weapons. His weapons are better.
I would not do that. That is, I 100% I would not do that, like at all. Like if you do that, I would be so upset.
I actually have. I love to have Fields as my backup, and Baker is my starter. If I had those two, Baker would be my starter all the time, and Fields would be my every once in a while. In the right matchup, I might throw Fields in, but because
Baker. That's why it says I think the Bills will win, but jerk off and will definitely disappoint.
Exactly. I think the offense on Jets would be more of a problem for the Bills than the defense. I think the defense for the Jets they're going to do fine. But I really believe the Bills score 24 points.
Yeah, like I said, I think the Bills are still going to win, but I don't think it's going to be easy with the defense of the Jets. I haven't said anything about the offense of the Jets. I don't know about them. They're so wishy-washy right now. I don't even. But defensively, as the Jets should strive, especially not having to deal with major anybody breathing down their necks right now. So.
I don't know. I mean, I think the fan base is breathing down their necks right now, saying, "Why would you do this?" And then we have a first-time head coach. You guys basically giving up on the season when this probably Aaron's last.
As defensively, it's either going to be a low-scoring game because the Jets' defense is going to hold up, or
it could be a shootout. Yeah. It could be a shootout with Aaron Rodgers and Josh. The Jets' defense not having it all together.
That is going to be an interesting game to watch, though.
Here's a question. So would you start Baker over Burrow?
Who's playing who right now?
I don't know who Burrow's playing. That's my question. The Bengals are playing
Pico. I'm on my phone. So I can...
Cincinnati Bengals are playing the Giants. No, I'm going Burrow.
Who's Baker playing?
He plays New Orleans. Oh yeah, we know that. Yeah, New Orleans is freaking. I know that. Yeah. I'm going Burrow, and I think Burrow's gonna do fine.
I'm gonna go Burrow. Yeah, I'll leave Burrow in. They've been clicking again. Sometimes the division games can be really hot fire, and then the quarterbacks just go off. So
they're like the best 1-3 team 1-4 team I've seen. Like,
so I will leave Burrow in. So yeah, but
I wouldn't be surprised if Cincinnati comes back and starts doing much better overall.
Yeah. How are you?
We got Hurts or Herbert?
Hurts or Herbert?
I have an answer for that. For me,
I'll go Hurts.
I'm 100% with you. The thing about Herbert right now, so as good as the Chargers are playing, Herbert they're not throwing the ball a lot. They are running the ball a lot, and they have really opened up the offense. Eventually, they will open up the offense. But right now, Hurts is still the dual threat. They have to win in Philadelphia, and everything's going to be on his shoulders. So I'm going Hurts 100% right now.
We saw this. Like, yeah, they're going to be a run defense, and Harbaugh's like, nah, we're going to do 50-50 because I really like Herbert. Yeah, still haven't done it like that. You still haven't done it. And which is crazy, didn't Gus Edwards get hurt or something like that again?
Yep.
So what do? Kamani Vidal has got loaded up, and he's going to play today, which means it's going to be a duo between J.K. Dobbins and Kamani. Like, I'm excited to see what Kamani Vidal does today.
I think JK's still, if JK's healthy, I think JK is going to have an explosive game still.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's always like, listen, I've had a main rule. If he's healthy, you play him. J.K. Dobbins, if he's healthy, you play him regardless of what it is. He'll put at least minimum at 5 to 6 points. Minimum. I've never seen him go below that. Like,
Denver's interesting. Don't get me wrong. Denver's interesting.
Yeah. Their defense is. Denver can be good, bad. I don't know what they just lucky. I don't know what's going on. Like there's no way.
They're young, and they just run around and make plays. They don't know they're not supposed to be able to do this. They don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, the run game isn't there, that's for sure, because Williams sucks.
Yeah. So thank you guys. Good to have my people to go to every week. We're here. We're going to always try to be here up to game time for you guys. Some way, Martin's in his car, figure out, still talking to you guys about this stuff. So,
if there's a possibility of some downtime, I'll do it. But if there's not life that's stopping me from doing it, I'll stop. Even yesterday. If you guys want to see the inside of Cowboy Stadium, I was on the field for a little bit yesterday. Check that out. I went behind the suites for a little bit, and then we stopped because another tour. You can check that out. And then I was just in front of AT&T Stadium. I have 3 videos. They're all kind of short, so if you want to check that out, I'll be at the AT&T Stadium today watching the Lions taking on the Cowboys. So check that out if you guys want to see it.
That's gonna be cool. All right, Zaire has J.K. Dobbins, Bucky Irvin, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Alvin Kamara start 2. We might be different.
Gibbs and Kamara.
Oh, we're exactly in lockstep with that. Gibbs and Kamara.
I love JK. I think I was gonna say.
Did you?
I like Dobbins, but the clear answer, they got better matchups, man.
Yeah. This is what
you think I was gonna say?
I thought you were gonna go JK and Gibbs.
No. No. If I know that Kamara's popping off like this, then no, you go Kamara. Listen, I like him a lot. Don't get me wrong, but if I know what I'm about to see, then I'm gonna throw the best player out there.
That's exactly what. Yep, that's it. Gibbs and Kamara. That's 100% an answer. That's good. Prime says 200 points in 3 out of 5 weeks. Couldn't thank y'all enough.
Hey, there you go.
There you go. Did the draft. We're just trying to let you know who put in.
I don't even think I got 200 points, man. I think my best week was 180 something, man.
My best week was 189. This is from your uncle, freaking road warrior living life.
Hey, you know what that's about, you know. But yeah, no, I think it's kind of funny that I'm out here in Texas. I've been thinking about my uncle a lot. There's a lot of things he says about people, and because he also served, and so he knows about different cultures and whatnot. And it's funny that he says certain things about individuals, and I see it, man. I see it, and I can't say that on air because I'll talk to him eventually. But like, it's funny, and I thought about it this morning. I'm like, my uncle's just either the really smartest dude on earth, or he just seems to be at the right place at the right time. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I'll probably, yeah. But Texas is definitely different.
Oh my God, I've been to Texas only twice, and every single time I'm like, what the hell is going on? It's a different world.
It's different. It's not bad, but it's different. But the cost of living out here is wild. Like I'm like, bro, I'm like, should I just move out here? Because everything's cheap. Gas is $2.60.
Yeah. Let's say they Dallas and Houston and all that stuff. Yeah.
What the hell? Like, the houses are cheaper out here. I'm like, this reminds me of
That's it. My best was 224 prime. Dude, that's a killer.
That's good, man. That's good.
One more flex. Deontay, Jameson, or Antonio Gibson?
Jameson was against the Cowboys. They haven't been able to stop anything. Deontay Johnson's got Hoogan.
Atlanta.
Right. Go Gibson. Yeah. Gibson's the only one. Ramondre's gone. And this is your flex.
Man.
I don't think I'm going to go with Jameson, though.
I want to go somewhere else.
Or you could go Jameson because he does that. See, here's the thing. Me and Mark talked about this. Jameson needs that big 70, 80-yard bomb. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't have that, he's so irrelevant to fantasy. It's crazy.
Yep. Monique is Monique's PPR? Because if it's PPR, it's either Gibson or Deontay. If it's full PPR, I think it's got to be Deontay or Gibson.
I'm gonna go Gibson. I think he'll
Houston.
I think when they get close enough to you know why I'm gonna go Gibson? Here's why. Now they're thinking about it, it's Drake May.
This is exactly what I was gonna say. I was waiting for you. It's Drake May. That's the reason that you got to look at it. As your flex, you probably go.
If Drake May starts sucking because it's his first game. It's his first game as a rookie. He's playing. If they say, you know what, the rookie isn't cut out for it, they're gonna have to bring back somebody else, right? They're gonna go Gibson a lot.
they're not going to take him out. I think but they go Gibson. I think they throw to him out of the backfield. I think they run to him. I think they do all the things through him because of Drake May.
Yeah, no, I think Gibson's going to be very involved, especially if it's on an even half PPR or even full PPR.
So I traded Mahomes for McCaffrey.
Yeah, I thought Gibson was the face safe to start. Heard Deontay was questionable too. Yeah, and one in full.
He is. He's
full
there.
PPR. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna go Gibson for sure. Like,
he's there. Deontay's gonna go starting, even though he's on my bench because he was questionable all the way.
Yeah. All right. So looking forward to trading Mahomes from McCaffrey.
Hope he comes back soon. I think 2 weeks. He's gonna.
That trade. Mahomes hasn't really done much. Mahomes is starting to look like a regular ass QB. I'm so happy.
Except he wins. No, except he wins, and that's what they're going to continue to win.
But fantasy, he sucks.
Fantasy, he's just a regular guy. Fantasy, he's
below Baker Mayfield. Like, I'm so happy that last year we started to see, like, all this magic, man. I'm like, no, you know what? You take away his weapons, and now what is he? Nothing.
No, but that's the thing. But you take away all his weapons, and he still wins.
Well, that's because the refs, they just.
No, he's a good quarterback. Don't get me wrong. He is a good quarterback. He's just not relevant fantasy-wise.
Touch him with the finger. 15-yard penalty.
They've been doing that for all these quarterbacks for forever. Tom Brady couldn't even be blown. I saw one time one guy touched one pinky on Tom Brady and they threw a flag. It came close to his head. It happened. And it was like, no flag. Yo, come on. That's just what you do.
Hope you go undefeated. Great, man. If you go 4-0 or if you can go undefeated, that's hard to do. That is very hard to do. The best I've ever did. I went. What was it? I think I went 14-1.
Really?
No, 13-1. 13-1, and then lost second to last week before the playoffs, and then yeah.
12-2 is my best. 12-2 is my best. And I think it was actually in one of our leagues.
Really?
Yeah.
The one year we weren't giving a jersey away? Probably.
It was in our nerd huddle league. And that's what happens. As soon as you don't give a jersey away, I kill it. I'm ready. Pick one full PPR. Keon Coleman, Shakir, if he plays, or Dobbs.
Shakir if he plays.
Mm-hmm.
If not, you're going with.
Can you go Dobbs after being suspended after all his stuff?
Yeah, I don't see one.
I don't know.
Coleman though, but Coleman like it.
So you want to hold grudges?
Like, yeah, I'll go Coleman. Green Bay's got Arizona, right?
Yep.
So I don't like that Buda Baker's that damn good, man.
Yeah, I'm going Shakir then Coleman.
I'll go Shakir number 1, Dobbs 2, Coleman 3.
I think here's the thing. He says Watson's back and it's going to rain.
Yeah, yeah. That's how I'm gonna. Those are my rankings: Shakir, Dobbs, Coleman.
Okay.
Shakir's playing, yes. If he's not playing, go Dobbs. I can't do. I'm telling you, look, if there's a big spike bet between this, and I really think that the Jets are going to do good. The defense, okay? Don't say the whole team, all right? Don't get me wrong. The Jets defense are going to do what they want as they want.
And I think it's going to be a shootout. I think Aaron Rodgers is the guy who got him fired, and he has to prove a point tonight. And he's going today. He has to throw the ball all over the field. And I think that the defense is going to kind of be a little bit deflated because now the defensive coordinator is now the head coach, so he's less involved. So that I think it kind of puts them in a place where they don't know exactly what to do. And Mosley is still hampered with that toe. I need him to do well. Don't get me wrong. I need Mosley to do well, but I don't think it's going to happen the way we want it to happen. And I think the Jets probably losing in a shootout. Brian says, yeah, the cost of living in New York is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, come on.
Downs for Tolbert, flexible PPR. Yeah, they've been using. Joe might throw to like.
Richardson's is training towards playing, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, but it's gonna be Joe. He's starting. They made enough. He's starting. If Richardson can play, I don't think he's gonna play the whole game. It's gonna be Joe. Joe's gonna stay in for sure. I think
if
even
Blackouts plays it Downs is a great play.
Yeah, I'm Downs for sure. Tolbert, I don't believe in much. Lions might shut them down.
I don't know. They shut him down, but
I just believe in Downs way more than I do Tolbert. Let's just say that.
Joe Flacco starting. I like all the Colts receivers, and Joe Flacco starts. Antonio Gibson's also playing today. Not Antonio. I'm saying Antonio Gibson. What's his name? The number one receiver on the Colts.
Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman is playing today. I had him on my ESPN league.
Pittman confused with Antonio.
I'm looking at Antonio Gibson on my screen.
I'm like, how do you get those two confused? They're nowhere on the same team, nowhere look alike, and nowhere like they even have the same.
Because I had Antonio Gibson on my sleeper app right here on my computer. Michael Pittman is playing too. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and I actually have Dak starting today. Look, this is how confident I am in the Jets defense. I have Dak starting over freaking Josh Allen today.
I mean, it could be he's the only way Dallas stays close. So that's not the weirdest thing. But I still think, I'm telling you, Josh, I don't believe Josh Allen has 3 bad games in a row. I just don't. He has to prove to me that he can do that. Yeah. He's going to have to prove to me he's going to have 3 bad games in a row.
I'm telling you, and I'm telling you, the Jets defense are going to be really good today. I've seen this multiple times. The coach is gone. The following game, the defense does amazing. Look, I can't wait for the spike bet. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. This is why we're doubling it. It's fine. But that would be the first time I'm wrong in about 4 years. When the defense default, look, they're just going to run wild. I'm telling you, they don't have anybody telling them, like, if they lose, they lose. Like, who's going to get fired?
Sorry, too late. But
Exactly.
I think Josh is just gonna have a good game. I think he I just don't see him having another bad game. But if I'm wrong, I'll take my shot. I don't see it though.
All right, I can't wait for that game. I'm just gonna pay attention to that game. I'll be at the freaking Cowboys game watching that game.
Watching that game.
Ready? Right. I'm gonna head out though here soon.
We're about to get out here too. This last one. Someone dropped Pittman in my league. Is it worth picking up Downs or Pittman, starting him over Mooney? Downs or Pittman and start him over Mooney?
I don't think I'm gonna start anybody over Mooney. I'm not gonna start those two over Mooney because it's Carolina. Specifically just this week because it's Carolina. Carolina sucks. They're so bad that just Carolina's bad. They let everybody score. So maybe the following week, if they're still there, Pittman's probably gonna still be there. Downs might get picked up, but I'm not. And Mooney's kind of been a high targeted in his increase of usage every week. Mm-hmm. Kirk seems to like him. So I don't think I'm doing that this week, but if you still want to make that move next week, maybe. But this week, no way. Ain't no way I'm going to not against Carolina.
I pick up Pittman and leave him on my bench.
Yeah, but you would have to drop.
Someone's on my bench.
Someone dropped Pittman in my league. But if you're going to swap out Pittman for Mooney, no.
No, not for Mooney. But I would take him for someone else on my bench and keep him because PP's still a PPR machine, and I believe in Pittman. I just do.
Yeah. If just don't get rid of Mooney this week. Like if that's
you can keep Mooney and you probably should play him going forward because it seems like him and Kirk have a rapport and it's going to go well for them. So no, you play Mooney no matter what.
Right. All right, guys. Brian, have a good ending. Close this game or close this show up. I'm gonna head out. I gotta start driving. So
get out of here. So I could drop either Najee, Chase Brown, Pitts, or a Cup.
For Pittman? You know you I'm about to say though?
I almost said Cup, but
this is my dynasty brain saying this just because Cup.
so I almost said Cup. That's my problem.
Hold on, but you could probably trade Cup. Because there's people that still like him and be like, oh, but he's so good. I'm like, yeah, but he only survives one game and he's hurt. Trade Cup.
Man, we're already at week 6. Puka comes back week 7, and then that goes down. You know?
Just trade. Don't drop him. Just trade him. I think you could trade him for something else. Just trade. Anyways,
all right, guys. That is our show. We gotta get out of here. Gotta get Martin on the road. I need to get upstairs to start watching my stuff and celebrate my Bears win. We will definitely see you guys on Tuesday with the Panda Grizzly show, and then Wednesday we'll see you on Dynasty Pylon. It'll be me, Martin, and Mark. And then next Sunday we'll be in the Morning Spike answering all your questions. Thanks to everyone who dropped in here. Go set your lineups, guys. Make sure you don't make a mistake, and hope you get a win. See you later. Peace.